On this episode, we talk about Instagram followers, getting an MBA, and how to deal with someone trying to steal your customers. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 37 of the AsEngine show. We are stupendously excited.
Yeah.
I've got to find different
More
words
words.
for excited is like the one word in my vocabulary. We're pumped to come to you today. We've got 3 questions, and we're going to go ahead and crush those out. We have a daily newsletter that we spend quite a lot of time on, and so if you want to check it out, I'm particularly proud of the article we're putting out today, which will actually be yesterday's article that you can find on our blog.
Put a link up here.
Yeah. Link it up, Joe.
I hate when you guys do that.
So check that out. It's a breakdown of a retargeting strategy from Lululemon. And so if you like frappes and lattes and really expensive clothing, or if you just like Facebook ads, check that out.
Question 1?
What does Joe always say? What's next?
Yeah, what's next? Question 1 from r/entrepreneur. First Class Hustle asks, I need Instagram followers ready for the launch of my new clothing brand. How do I get them without using a bot?
That is a great question. You get them by giving before you take. It is a core principle here at Engine, and it's a core principle that you should have as any company. So ways you can give. The tagline is provide value. Mm-hmm. What does that actually mean? So ways that you can build a community before you're selling is by providing quality content. If you are a new clothing brand, depending on the type of clothing, you can give fashion tips, fashion advice, be very Instagram heavy here, and then also leverage and work with influencers. So go out and reach out to influencers and basically try to collaborate with them, see what you can do to provide them value, and in exchange, they're going to shout you out, or you're going to go and take pictures with them. See what you can do to get your name synonymous with every influencer that you can up to a certain point. I mean, I don't know if you can just ring up Kylie Jenner or not, but find influencers and leverage their audience by doing something for them first, or just going in for the ask.
Well, and don't be afraid to give free stuff away to those influencers.
Yeah.
I know we've answered questions before about a lot of different Instagram brands saying, hey, I don't want to give free stuff away. How can I still work with influencers? That's the wrong way to look at it. Mm-hmm. Like, you should be giving away your clothing line to an influencer, because if they can grow your audience that much, that's way more valuable than 4 or 5 pairs of shirts or pants.
Yep. And then the end of this question, how do I get them without using a bot? So I'm assuming by bot you mean automation. The way you get them is by creating and cultivating authentic relationships. Nothing with depth comes fast. I don't understand the premise of this question. You're asking for other human beings to care about what you're saying. Think about in human life. Think about the people that you go to school with, the people that you interact with, the people that you work with. What makes them care about what you're doing? You've got to either care first, be ridiculously handsome like Joe, or you've got to do something to make people think about you and want to know about what it is. And it goes back to the saying that you've got to be interesting, you need to be interested. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have an audience, go talk to other people. You know, it baffles me that people think they can circumnavigate human communication on a social platform.
Like, it really comes down to, you're saying, like, you don't need Instagram followers. You're basically saying, like, how can I get people interested in my brand?
Yeah.
And, like, that's a much wider question for this person to ask themselves. Like, how do I find my niche? How do I find my target audience? Mm-hmm. Because that's more than just Instagram followers. I mean, you can have 30,000 Instagram followers, but if they're all people that never convert, or if they're all just Russian bots, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. How useful is an MBA with startups? It can be extremely useful for connections. It can also be impractical, I would say. I mean, a lot of work in startups is not by the book. It's not really taught. It's very much experimented and tested into day by day. I mean, I think no 2 days here look the same ever, and that's not really something that an MBA prepares you for. Yeah. But what an MBA does is it grants you awesome connections, and it also teaches you how to learn and kind of how to go through all of the standard things in business that are kind of expected and that are the same from firm to firm.
Yeah, I think that the best thing so Seth Godin has an alt MBA, and it's something that I've really considered taking because I just value what Seth Godin has to say about business. And if y'all don't know who Seth Godin is, check him out. But I've never taken a business course in my life. I think that and I don't know if I recommend it. I think that the traditional MBA prepares you to be a mid-level manager at a corporation.
Depending on where you get it.
Yeah.
But I would say most do.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just a way of cost and benefit. I mean, you can learn through stumbling through and having mentors who are running businesses that can kind of help you along the way. And you're going to learn your MBA, on the streets of business. If you have the capabilities and financial ability to go get an MBA, I'm sure it's going to help.
Yep.
I can't speak from experience because I do not have an MBA.
Yeah. That is fair. Third question. So this person, someone's trying to steal their customers using their own Facebook ad. Several customers have contacted them in the past few days saying that somebody's trying to sell them the same products. How do they find this person and ban them so they stop leeching customers away from them?
Yeah, so if someone is commenting on your ads, I mean, it happens sometimes. It's kind of the downfall of selling a commoditized product is that someone's always going to be willing to sell it for cheaper. The fact that your customers are reaching out to you and telling you about it says that you have some semblance of a brand because they feel loyal enough to you to at least let you know. Unless that person engages with your ad, there's real no way from a technical standpoint that you can get them banned unless they send you a screenshot and they say this is the handle of the Facebook profile who's doing this. You can basically contact customer support with Facebook and say, hey, this person's harassing me. I want them banned from my page. Facebook may or may not do it. Facebook is notorious for their lack of customer service. But yeah, I mean that's really the thing you can take. What I would recommend you do, and this is just kind of like or you answer the question and I'll take it higher. Do you have anything to add there?
I mean, really, you're just looking at competition here. You're basically saying, like, how do I get my competition banned? Which is the wrong way of looking at operating a business. You need to out-innovate. You need to dance around them. Yep. You need to figure out what value you provide. Otherwise, whenever you do have actual competition, you're not going to be prepared for losing customers to somebody that's doing a better job at your own company than you are.
I mean, standing up and saying, oh, this person's picking on me, it's not a great way to look at business. If you look at some of the titans, I mean, Apple and Google, Apple and Samsung, I mean, they throw punches like at each other from a commercial, from an advertising perspective. I mean, they do everything but say this product is crap.
The last Galaxy phone, their whole ad campaign was making fun of people waiting in line for the iPhone 10.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like you need to build a thicker skin around this. And understand that if your goal is to be the cheapest product, there's always going to be someone cheaper than you, and they may not have the money to advertise. So what do you do to stand out? Even if you're on a low budget, I mean, like I'm not assuming here that you have $1,000 marketing budget. Can you help with shipping times? Can you provide better customer service? Can you do the intangible things that don't cost a lot of money? Can you write a handwritten card to every single person who orders from you, thanking them for your order? It's a 65-cent postcard. I mean, if you can't afford to do those little basic things to start building your brand, then you're going to be hurting in more ways than one.
Cool.
That's it for today's episode. Question of the day.
I would like to know how kind of our audience handles, like, if their ad creative has ever gotten stolen or people trying to kind of work around or copy your advertising techniques. I'd love to hear stories about that and how you handled it.
Is that spurred on from the open source?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Guys, thank y'all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.